I was having some issues past week. I couldn't sleep. I've been having trouble sleeping. I think it happens because the weather's changing. I don't know. Or also, it could have been the fact I was up all night last night because I was trying to remember what is the difference between insomnia and amnesia. And I'm just up all night worrying about that. I just don't know. All right. But you know, that's a strange feeling, though. Like if you're just laying awake in bed. And you want to know what's another strange feeling? Let me go into this one. Have you ever found yourself staring at a deadline like I was today? Because today I had so many things getting away. I didn't even start writing comedy until around supper time, right? I do have the news for you tonight, by the way. It's all there. But have you ever found yourself staring at a deadline and you have no real work done, and then you want to go to your teacher and beg for an extension? Because if you ever felt that, now you know how the UK feels right now. The Brexit deal.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What else do I have here? Here's a guy said he met a girl at a club the other night, and she said, "I'm going to show you a good time." Okay, fine. So we go outside, and she did the 40-yard dash in 4.8 seconds. That sounds like a Rodney Dangerfield joke. Like, I ain't getting no respect, I tell you. No respect.
Well, I know I'm not sexy. I dropped my pins. She dropped her price.
I should have sent you this joke. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you another joke, and then I'm going to hand things off to Sanov. And then after Sanov, since we don't have anyone else, we'll probably go straight to the news afterwards. How's that sound for everybody?
That sounds good.
All right. So, here's my other joke, and it is, a girl and a guy are laying in bed after sex, right? And I think this used to be an Irish joke because, you know, people, they make a big deal over are you Protestant or are you Christian? And where's the one place in the world where people worry about that? Because everywhere else, nobody gives a shit, right? Nobody cares, right? But anyway, there's a guy and a girl laying in bed after sex, and she turns to them and she says, "I need to tell you something. I used to be a Christian." And the guy said, "That doesn't bother me at all." And she responded, "Oh, thank God, that's a relief. I so much prefer being Christine." Get it? Christian, Christine, okay. Now, Snow, Snow's with us tonight, so Snow, why don't you tell us some jokes and make us laugh, please? Give it up for Snow, everyone. Yeah. This is a joke I've never seen before. It's about a Russian, and he enters a bar full of Turkish people, right? Now, you know that Russians, they could be a little bit arrogant, like especially if you're in Crimea. It's like, oh, you see this? Yes, he's Russian now. Damn it! I like that bit of bland. Well, anyway, Russian enters a bar full of Turkish people, and he's wearing a T-shirt with bright lettering, and it says, "Turkish got 3 problems." Well, just a few seconds later, the Turkish oppose him, and they say, "Hey, you know that what you're wearing is insulting?" And the Russian responds, "That's your first problem. You're so easily offended." The Turkish, spoiling for a fight, they said, "Okay, we settle this outside." And the Russian said, "That's your second problem. You always want to solve your problems with violence." Well, the Turkish bring them outside and they pull out their knives. And the Russian says, "Now there's your third problem. You always bring a knife to a gunfight." That's a thought. Oh, dear. By the way, whoever here has heard of the phrase dad bod? Like you have a dad bod. Like when you become a dad, right, the paunch starts growing, get a little paunch, right? And I'm thinking, you know what? Whoever came up with that phrase missed on a golden opportunity. They really should have called it the father figure. Father figure. Oh, okay. All right, now I have a quiz for everyone here. You're going to require you to think for a bit. This is a quiz, all right? Give this some thought. You are on a horse that's galloping at a constant speed. On your right side is a sharp drop-off. On your left side is an elephant traveling at the same speed as you. Directly in front of you is another galloping horse. But your horse is unable to overtake it. They're both going at the same speed. Now, right behind you is a lion running at the same speed as you as the horse in front of you, right? What must you do? This is the quiz. What must you do to get out of this dangerous situation safely? What do you do?
Get off that damn carousel.
Ah, you got it. Get your drunk ass off the merry-go-round. Yeah, I think we got it. By the way, when the singer's about ready to go, just give us a shout. All right. Anyway, let's see. What do we have here? We have.
Grace is here now.
Grace is here.
Yep.
I see her.
Yep, she's here.
Okay. I will be here when she's on. Let's see. Now, I have a joke here. It is about a blonde who gets an opportunity to fly to a nearby country, right? She's never been on an airplane anywhere, and she's really excited and tense, right? As soon as she boards the plane, it is a Boeing 747. Huh? Boeing 747, and she started jumping in excitement, running over seat to seat, and started shouting. She's going, Boeing, 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 awesome, a Boeing, a Boeing, a Boeing, right? She sort of forgets where she is, and even the pilot in the cockpit hears the noise, and annoyed by what's going on. The pilot comes out, and he says, be silent. Well, right after he said that, you could literally hear a pin drop. And then the blonde gets up again, and she starts shouting, Owing, 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 Owing. Because the B is silent.
Yes.
Be silent. Come on, guys. Did I lose voice?
No.
It's just a terrible joke. Oh, God.
It's
All right.
not bad, but...
All right. It's not great.
Yeah,
no one gets it. They're all grounded. Oh, dear. Oh, man. All right. You know what? I'll try to follow that up with a much better joke. This is a joke about guys wearing... Have you ever seen this? If you ever go to a beach and guys are wearing really tiny Speedos, which some of us call them coin purses, right? Yep. Right. So it's basically a coin purse. Well, get a load of this. This is the story. This is about an Italian guy and a Polish guy, right? And they're both walking down the beach wearing those tiny Speedos, right? Now, walking along, they get a lot of attention from women, but it seems that all the women are interested in the Italian guy, despite the fact that the two are pretty much physically very much alike, right? After the day was over, the guys are hanging out, and the Polish guy asks, okay, you have to tell me what's going on. I'm not bad looking. I'm just as athletic and as fit as you are. What's your secret? Why are they all into you? And the Italian says, okay, tomorrow when we walk the beach, put a potato in your Speedo, right? The Polish goes, okay, he understands. The next day, they walk the beach again, but strangely, it happens again. All the women are only interested in the Italian guy, right? That evening, the Polish guy says, man, I did what you said, and it accomplished nothing. What is your secret? And the Italian guy says, okay, tomorrow when we go out, put the potato in the front of your Speedo this time. You just done looking like you dumped ass. Okay, here's one. The cute joke. This is a kid's joke. It's like a 7-year-old nephew comes up to the uncle and, with pride and shows him a telephone that he made. Have you ever done this? 2 tin cans and a string?
Oh, yeah.
You ever tried that?
Yeah, I did that.
All right, so he shows it to him. He's like, look what I made. I made a telephone with 2 cans and a string. And the uncle goes, oh, bullshit. Look what kids, I got an iPhone. Look what kids your age are making in China. Kid your age built this, you lazy little...
Child.
All right. All right, now this is a story. This is about an ugly man. An ugly man walks into a bar, all right? And a beautiful woman approaches him. The woman asks the man, how would you like to get out of here? And the man is stunned. He never thought a woman like her would ever approach him, so he agrees. They both get into his car, drive really far, stops off at a big makeout place, above the city, looking over the city, right? They can see the whole city from where they are, lovely view. Within seconds, they start taking off their clothes. After 15 minutes of vigorous sex, they finally finish. They both put their clothes on. Both just sit there rather awkwardly, and the woman speaks up and says, "I'm a prostitute. Going to be $100 for my service." The man is stunned and saddened that she didn't tell him what she really was. He gives her the money, and then they both sit there awkwardly. The woman says, "Okay, I'm ready to leave now." And the guy says, "Well, actually, I'm a taxi driver, and that'll be $150 for the ride here and back." Lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have said Uber driver, or, that would be like literally anyone. Yeah. Here's one. Here's kids that talk to their parents, asking about things that are very awkward, right? Young boy asks his dad, he goes, "Dad, can you tell me, I'm doing English homework right now. I wish Wynette was here because she would really appreciate that," right? He goes up to his father with English question. He says, "What is the difference between confident and confidential?" As those two words are very similar, but actually have very different meanings. The father has to think about it, and he says, "Okay, you are my son. I'm pretty confident about that. The lady next door has one of my kids. That's confidential." No, that's the difference. You're my son, but my son also lives next door. Okay. All right, this is a story about a man who really has to pee. You ever had that? Right, but you're out in the middle of nowhere. So he walks into a restroom of a venue, and he stands in front of a urinal, and suddenly he hears a weird sound, and he looks inside the urinal. He sees another guy was at peeing, but he sees two streams. Oh, sorry, not in the urinal. It's the next urinal over. Whoever wrote this kind of messed it up. That's what happens when you bet your material, folks. Okay, looks over the next urinal and sees a guy peeing with two streams. Well, that's weird. He asks him, "How's that possible?" The guy looks up and he explains that he's a veteran, and by bad luck, he got a bullet through his manhood while he was serving as a soldier in Afghanistan. Well, the man lets it rest, and after a while, he sees another guy peeing with three streams. Again, he asks, "How's this possible?" And the guy explained he's also a veteran. His manhood got hit by two bullets. Right? Again, intrigued. Then turns around. By chance, he sees a third guy peeing with dozens and dozens of streams. Right? How the hell is it? Did you get hit by that many bullets? Embarrassed, the guy turned around and said, "No, I couldn't get my zipper open." Peeing through his pants. Okay, so how about I clear the stage to make room for Grace? Grace can start getting set up. We still have a few more minutes, and I'll entertain you with some more jokes until she's ready. How's that sound?
That's perfect.
All right. Now, here's a joke. This is a simple one. It's kind of a quiz and a joke at the same time. Get a load of this. A husband buys a dozen panties, but all of them are the same color. He buys them for his wife. And the wife says, "They're very nice, but they're all the same color. I mean, people will think I never changed my panties." And the husband goes, "Which people? Will you keep showing off your panties? Of course, that would actually be a valid question in Second Life, because everyone's always wearing panties all the time in here, and you get cammed up, right? People cam up your shorts. Got to make sure I got some good panties on, or else Randy's going.
My dress.
Yeah, or else Randy's going to start complaining. Those are the same panties you wore last week. What's wrong with you? Right? Yeah. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, here's one. Remember, this is another joke. I wish I could have given to one. She probably would have loved this one. It is. A guy says, "I wanted to marry my English teacher when she got out of jail, but she turned me down flat. Apparently, you cannot end a sentence with a proposition." That's really clever. I love that. All right, how much more time we got? Just a couple more minutes. So I have time for this joke. It was George was turning 90 this week, and his friends thought of doing something special for him. So, just like we did for Thinkerer, right? So they planned to contact a high-class escort service and send him a nice surprise. All right? On his birthday, around 9 p.m., he's alone at home. Doorbell rings. George thought, who could it be? Doorbell rang again. He gets up. He walks to the door. He opens the door. He's greeted by this young bombshell blonde of a woman, donned in a sexy little red dress with matching red lipstick and high heels. Now, he says hi. He goes, "Are you George?" Right? He says, "Yes, I am." "Ah," She says, I'm from the escort service, super sex. George pauses for a minute. He says, I'll have the soup, please. Soup or sex?
Oh, yes.
You know, I thought it.
Well, since you're on that, I never really thought about it. You know, when Tinkler turned 89 on his last birthday, I didn't offer that because I was afraid it might kill him.
Well, as long as she offered soup or sex, he would have had an option.
Yeah.
So, but I gotta tell you though, when it comes to stuff like this, like people coming on to you, I am Captain Oblivion.